here on 100.7 Highlands FM. Winners straight through to the big dance. We got the Bombers to the left of your dial. We got the Roos to your right. Spark wins the hit out there for the other Roos. There's Paul Selberg. He is crunched there in the forward line. High tackle. And there's a bit of tension this one earlier on. The Bombers kicking the left of your dial. We'll have it now through Jack Baker, who loves a hard-hitting contest. He pumps the ball long. Two Kangaroos go up, and they maintain themselves here.
And Chris, you've gone for?
I'll go for the Bombers here today.
And Gavin?
He's going to go Broadford.
Gone for Broadford.
Speaking of Broadford,
well, we're all 50-50.
That's the way we love it. Ball at right half back here. Grant Wern, 30 seconds here for Broadford in this contest. Ball out to Benuccio, and we'll see a boundary throw in just left of centre, right in front of us here on the commentary side, up by Dave Jess. Look at him go here. He's in focus. Spark and Braden Allen in the ruck.
Broadford up close and personal, wanting to put a lot of pressure on the Riddell players. That's quite obvious.
Ball, Selberg pumps the ball up towards half forward there for the Bombers. The intensity is strong from the get-go. Picked up there by Steve Boyle there for Broadford. Goes around the wing. Mark taken here at right half forward here for the Bombers. It's Matt Benuccio. One of the X factor for the Bombers today. He pumps the ball up towards Benjamin Said. And he marks on the lead. 30 out directly in front.
Coming off 5 goals last week too, Yendi.
Yeah, and he kicked them when it counted too, Steve. When in the last quarter, he kicked, I think, 2 or 3 goals, and just
Steve,
what they needed.
Chris, just while he's lining up here, Steve, what about the Riddell District Football Netball League side? What was the side of the year, the Bowen Medal night?
You're going to make me recount them there. Oh, goodness, well, that's a tough ask. As he comes in,
and he's popped pretty good.
Yes. I think Ben said
young Ben said he was one of the interchange players. He was an interchange player.
Yes.
Who else did we have from here? Let me have a think it.
There'll be
a long week for me.
Yeah. We'll go through it at half time.
Yes, but just thinking of it as he's lining up for goal, I think he was in that squad.
You put me on the spot there, Doug.
Yeah, Brian Ruffle.
Getting a bit of help here.
Good.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I didn't pick the team, I just published it.
It's pressure though, Dougie. We like putting everyone under pressure. And it's good for footy. We love it. As rucks go up, even Stevens out there in the ruck contest. Pachoni, who got off the tribunal during the week, he wins a clearance. Up towards half forward, Greenville and Baker. That is going to be a contest and a half. Greenville taken the ground there by Baker. Didn't have possession of the ball, Greenville, for Broadford. Right half forward.
He'll be looking for a lift after last week. He was a little bit down, I thought.
Yeah, after what he showed in week 1 of the finals, Greenville pumps the ball long, but he's not going to lift for you so far. As Tim Walsh, the Rising Gun Award winner, switches across the outer side to Hayden Ross. Over the top now to Paul Selberg by foot. Selberg, left foot kick, spots up Jason Allen, unopposed in the middle of the ground now. We haven't cooked it there to Treewick. Taken here by Stephen Ball here for Broadford. Inside the forward 50 there. Brody Holland, the man in the gun here for the Roos. Goes on his left foot. Tries to dribble it up now to a teammate who handballs over the top. And they'll get one back there to the Roos. Jake Hall kicks one from the goal square. 3.5 gone here. Highlands FM football. It's 1 straight apiece. Broadford v Riddell for a spot in the grand final.
Now there's some doubt about Josh Pound being ready for this week, but he's out there.
Yeah, he is. Just a bit of a critical turnover though there in the centre with that handball. Just not quite hitting the target. Everyone was running forward and Broadford were able to run in and kick a fairly easy goal.
Yes. Just a little bit too easy there. I think Jason Allen went about business very crucially. But expect a little bit more from man such good experiences. Svark pumps the ball forward. Baker takes down Holland. Ball centres half forward. We'll see a ball up. Of course, just repeating half-time netball scores. Macedon 29, lead Rupo 21.
Chris, terrific work from Adam Svark there in the midfield, punching that ball out into space.
Oh, he's got the biggest job today.
Very good.
Very big job today, and he's delivered so far as Pachoni picks it forward, didn't go 15. Romanik pumps the ball inside the forward 50. Left forward pocket there for Broadford. Ben Sonigan sees it out of bounds. We'll see a throw in 4.5 gone.
Adam Romanak obviously got off to the really big start last week. He was on fire early and then drifted out, so he'll be looking for a full quarter performance, sure.
Yes, I agree with that, Steve. And a very important player to Broadford, isn't he?
Well, he kicked 6 goals in week 1. He was showing a lot of good poise there. If Hickman knocks it down now to Boyle, dribbling kick around the body, free kick for too high, and it looks like Stephen Boyle, who has burst out of the blocks here for the Roos, he's going to have a shot on goal. or perhaps put it to the top of the square. Semi ball in front of the Laurie Green Pavilion end, and that's the Broadford pocket. There's about 20 to 30 supporters in there cheering him on. There's Boyle. He's not looking to have a shot. He'll just lob the ball up the top of the square. Comes off hands. He was looking for Hickman. Now handball over the top there from Hickman. Holland taken high.
A
pound, that's
Josh
right.
Pound.
Yes. And he'll have a shot at goal, as you guys said. A bit of question marks over his availability on the fitness front.
Very dangerous player for Broadford, a very dangerous player in the Middle District Football Netball League for all of the coaches as to what's happening in the Broadford team. Pound is one of those players that a coach would be thinking about, okay, there's 2 or 3 players we've got to counter in Broadford if we're going to win this game.
Who's named the half-back of the team of the year? The captain of the Roos. From close range, left foot kick, it stayed out to the left.
Yes, he didn't kick right through it. He pulled his shot, I thought. The leg. He's just not kicking through it.
We've noticed that from Josh Pound over the opening few games of the finals, that he has started inaccurately with his kicking.
You've really got to kick through, and maybe it's saying something he's not confident about his leg.
Speaking of confidence, this is Rex Hickman. He needs it today. He'll pump the ball long there for Broadford after winning a free kick. Spool there from Jason Allen. Pumps it out towards the boundary line. Boyle overruns it, but he's got support now. As Hooper back to Boyle. Right foot kick to the top of the square. Players will fly. Jason Allen again with the spool there for the Bombers. Ball hits the deck. 15 metres out from goal. Paul Selberg now gets it out to Hayden Ross.
Ooh,
Ross.
That'll be downfield.
Undisciplined there from the Roos. They lead this one 1-1-7 to 1 straight 6. Nearly 7 gone. Matt said he's looking for Nolan. James Nolan at half forward now. He's got a teammate on his hammer there in Brent Littlewood. We'll see a boundary throw in right half forward for the Bombers as Cam Dawson looking to come on the ground for Hall. So the Roos by a point. Spark again gets front position, brings it to ground. Paccioni tries to play for the free kick. Ball at half forward here for the Bombers. We'll see another ball up. And look, that's just bad luck in footy. As Hooper tried to break away from the contest, but the umpire had already committed there, Dougie.
Yes.
It's balling it up. Braden Allen, he wins that tap down to Matt Said. Looking for Dan Selberg. He's trapped up straight away. We'll see a ball up. Again, another stoppage. Broadford by a point, nearly 8 gone first term. Highlands FM senior.
Braden Allen got a very important job for Riddell today.
Well, he's just got to be competitive with Spark, who tries to gather the ball. He goes to ground now. Paccioni there for Broadford, dishes it out, taken here by Dan Sailberg. Hard up on the boundary line, goes on his opposite left foot. Puts the ball up towards the corridor. Welsh, Ross and Henson, they all look at each other. Henson picks it up now for the Bombers. Back out to Paul Selberg. He goes on his right foot. The Selbergs are in full form. Ross, right foot kick inside the 40-50, looking for Henson. Belinsky hit the ground running. Plays on now to Hooper. Out now to who's teammate? Barton.
Holland is on.
Holland for Broadford. Just forward of centre now for Broadford. Handball's over the top. He turns it over.
Ross covered his ground very well for Riddell.
Did well.
Jeez, he's continuing his good work from last week.
Has he ever? Well, let's say we don't. It's too early yet, but yeah, good start.
He can get back to back if he wants it.
Couple of touches already.
This ball on the outer side now. Hickman getting his hand on the ball. Knocks it over now to Alchemy. Out towards Mick Selberg there for the Bombers. Free kick. They'll go to the Riddell side. Broadford 1-1-7. Riddell 1 straight 6. 9 gone. Who's first term? Winner straight through the grand final to take on Diggers Rest at Romsey next week. As Ross spots up Paul Selberg. Slowing it down, Dougie.
Yes, quite intently it seems at this stage, for some reason.
Ball at half forward now. 2 Broadford players went up. Ball 40 metres out from goal on the outer side. Kick there from Riddell inside the forward 50. Brian Ruffle, clever tap back into the corridor. Taken here by Croft. He's bumped off the ball there for the Bombers. He's wrapped up there by Wern. And we should see a ball up. 20 metres out from goal.
Young Nathan Croft there, young 15-year-old, 16-year-old, been fantastic in his first season for the club.
He has been. He kicked 4 goals to win a game off his own boot against Macedon, their second loss of the season earlier on in the year. So he's done some good things this year. Broadford on the outer side. Kick out of bounds. On the full, we'll see a free kick to Riddell between wing and half forward. 10 minutes gone in this term. Broadford by a point.
Important that Riddell keep the ball moving, look for that space. I think the physicality of Broadford could worry them unless they get it out into space.
Big kick there from Sonigan. Plenty of Broadford players go up. Nolan kind of clear it out now. We'll see a ball up. So we'll see another ball up.
Got hands to it there, big James Nolan. He was in a good position there. He nearly pulled that one in. He's a big boy, isn't he?
Yes.
Got it.
A strongly built side, Broadford.
Free kick,
got a bit of
Broadford.
pace to go with it.
It's the ruck contest. Free kick goes to Savak. Savak here for Broadford. We've got a 3/4 time score in the netball, which we'll get to in the next stoppage. Brent Littlewood for Broadford. Right foot kick, switches across the outer side. Matt said will go up. So does Ben Barton. Comes down to Scott Walsh here for Riddell. He has a flying shot at goal. Out of bounds on the full. 3/4 time in the A-grade netball. The winner to go through to play Riddell in next week's grand final. It's Macedon 40 lead Rupertswood 35 by 5 goals. So the Sharks are managing a comeback after trailing by 8 at half time.
Yes, and we always pay a compliment to Rupertswood having to establish the club for the Riddell District Football Netball League with getting the ladies, getting the women on side for the netball. Terrific.
Riddell going for their back-to-back, and should be an interesting contest. And in the A-grade netball, Sonigan takes it out. So we could see some. We'll have back-to-back grand final matches from the under-18s and reserves. And if the siren were to sound now, Macedon make the grand final. They will take on Riddell in a rematch of last year's grand final.
Yes.
As Broadford try to clear across the outer side now, and a free kick's been awarded.
Looks like Pound out there on the left foot. Good kick.
Spots up Dawson. It's Broadford 1-1-7, Riddell 1 straight 6. 12 minutes gone here in this first term. Stankin will be the man in the gun there for the Bombers. He was involved in bringing the ball to ground. Ball out there to Jay Sallin. And it's a bit more precision there with the handball. Finds a teammate there with a thumping left foot. Out towards Croft. Pachoni gets the hand in there for Broadford. Croft will be first to the ball. Takes on Romanic. Ball still in the field of play. Half back there for Broadford. Good work there from Walsh. Very good work of the Scott variety. He picks up the ball now. He pumps the ball out of bounds on the full. Free kick to Broadford.
Excellent bit of play there from Riddell, really, to put the pressure on in that contest and not let Broadford get that ball out easily.
Yes, the Walsh brothers have made quite a contribution to Riddell this year.
They have both featuring prominently, and Tim winning the Rising Gun Award, which is great for him. His quality experience in the back line as we have a boundary throw in between wing and half forward out there for Bombers on the outer side. And this is the attacking side of the ground, Dougie and Steve, and we haven't seen much of it.
Yes.
No, it hasn't been much play over here at all.
Spiccioni knocks it out to Pound. Left foot kick around the body, looking for Boyles. Had a good start.
Pound's a dangerous player, isn't he?
He is.
Very
Pound.
good player for Broadford.
Yeah, that's Stevie Boyle. Boyle and Pound are fantastic.
Combined already a couple of times today.
Mike Trewick with a free kick for out of bounds on the full there for the Bombers. He'll pump the ball up towards Nolan and half forward. Uses his body.
Brent Littlewood, get out of the way. I want this ball.
Now this, for Nolan, is going to be his most crucial disposal of the day, because we often say when he has his first shot at goal, how it goes is how it sets the tone for his day. He had a shot earlier on last week and he kicked the goal. This one is through for a point. For the Bombers fans, hopefully for him, it's not the sign of things to come, Douglas.
And it was interesting that the Diggers forward, Riddell's forwards, just were content to let James have his shot on goal. They didn't offer him many options there, Steve.
Yeah, look, I think the big forward, they let him go back, have a shot. It's hit the post in the end, so I mean, it hasn't missed by too far. It wasn't a bad kick off the boot.
Romanic off the ground here for Broadford. Scales on there for the Roos. Ball comes up towards half back. Tim Walsh got his hand to the ball after chasing Romanic down to the ground. Pachoni stripped off it there at half back there. Damien Barton squeezed at a handball. Out now to Reece Smith, to Pound, who's backpedaling. He got the Fred Flintstone feet happening now. Turnover here, great pressure there from Reece Smith.
From Riddell.
Ball here at half forward for them. Ross just goes in and picks the ball up, pumps the ball inside the forward 50. Stampkin goes on his left foot and he misses the lot. We're 14, nearly 15 minutes gone here in this first term. It's tied at 1-1 apiece between Broadford and Riddell.
Just
Needed to be
commented in
left
the
footer running
reserves.
onto that, and he would have been able to run in and kick a goal, but he wasn't able to screw it around.
As I commented in the reserves game, good to see the forwards and that offensive pressure. Very, very important in the modern game of football. Has always been, but it's more emphasised these days.
Coppinger finds a teammate there on the outer side there for Broadford. Right foot kick there.
Overcooked that one.
It spots up Tim Walsh. Tim Walsh should be loving this. He goes on his left foot, his opposite
Kick.
foot.
Ruffle.
Well,
it's a great kick
yes.
from Tim Walsh.
If you had if you're blessed with the skills to hit a teammate unopposed 50 metres out or 40 metres out from goal with a 50-metre pass on your opposite foot and do that every day of the week, that is remarkable.
And I'm sure that Skip and Dean will be right onto that, because you cannot give him a metre.
Well,
But Brian Ruffle, that is.
He kicked one goal last week, big rough.
I like
Question of
that one,
accuracy,
Booth.
goal! That ends a streak of about 12 to 13 minutes between goals across both sides. Brian Ruffle kicks his first. We've ticked on 16 minutes here in this first term. Riddell 2-1-13, Broadford 1-1-7.
A little bit of reward for effort. I think Riddell's probably dominated the last 6 or 7 minutes, haven't been able to get it onto the scoreboard, but their pressure around the ball has been fantastic, and I think it's ultimately led to a turnover there and a goal.
Gavin.
Yeah, we've got Riddell's leading the inside 50 count, 9-6. 2 marks inside 50 for Riddell, none for Broadford. Turnovers, Broadford have had 6, Riddell have had 6.
And interesting too, as well, is that the 2 marks inside forward 50 there for Riddell have both resulted in goals. There's Valencius there for Broadford, up towards half forward, mark taken there by Jace Allen going across half back.
Just with those stats and what Steve was saying, I thought that Broadford had settled down much more quickly than Riddell, and Riddell having this last few minutes settled down. I thought Broadford started very well.
Mick Selberg switches it out now to Walsh. Since he's got that medal around his neck earlier on in the week, he's playing it a bit taller, a bit stronger. As Alan marks for the Braden variety here on the commentary wing.
Very important player for Riddell today.
Out towards Croft. Croft here between wing and half forward. Battling away there with Matt Williams. We'll see a boundary throw in. It's Riddell 2-1-13, Broadford 1-1-7. Riddell are kicking to the goal scoreboard end.
There's not much on Braden Allen. I'd love to ask of him running around the paddock, but it's a big ask for him today. He's going to be very important to Riddell's performance.
Panuccio taking the ground there, ball 50 out from goal. Jersey lucky here for the Bombers, just pumps the ball inside the forward 50. Why not when you've got Nolan there? He stuck the right Duke out, and we'll see a boundary throw in right forward pocket. It's the Bombers by 6 points, 17.5.
He's doing all the attacking at the moment, Riddell.
Well, this is a big game for both sides here.
Yes, a grand final reward awaits them.
Ball 15 metres out from goal. Stamkin, he's wrapped up straight away. We'll see another ball up. Interesting, having a chat with Dean Elmers. He did coach the winning side of this on preliminary final day last year, and they went on the winter grand final. It was against Broadford.
Yes.
So again, a funny 12 months.
Been a terrific, made a terrific contribution to the Middle District Football Netball League for the last 3 years or so.
Just like this fella, Matt Panuccio pumps the ball up towards the goal square. Ball 15 metres out from goal, maybe a little bit closer. We'll see another ball up.
And I would say, Steve, that Barry Hall can be, I think, been a very important cog in that. His youth with Broadford and then wanting to play with Broadford and with Skip Bray has been very important to the development of the evolution of Broadford.
Ball now. The free kick's gone.
Broadford's way, I'd say.
And 2 Bombers down the ground. They both get up to their feet. So Scales into the team today, Bryson. Turns the ball over the youngster. And straight down the
Orientated game, so as the rucks will go up again, start this quarter. Braden Allen wins it down, wrapped up quickly. Reece Smith, or Lance Pachoni, lays the tackle, holds on too long, and we're going to have a free kick that goes to Paul Salberg. No, Matt Panuccio. He'll feed back to Salberg, left foot kick inside forward 50. Hayden Ross gets front position. Barton gets the spoil. Ross just shuffles it forward. Stankham tries to slap it out to Sed. Picked up there for Broadford and slammed out towards the wing. And Pachoni comes across, takes the mark, plays on immediately. Kicks on the right foot towards half forward. Sonigan falls over. Broadford have got the numbers, but Riddell lead at the ball. Jason Allen started really well. Switches the ball out wide to Braden Allen. Can't take the mark. Good spoil there from Hooper. Glenville puts the pressure on, umpire blindsided. Grenville continues his tackle work. Fantastic. Hooper out to Romagnac. Romagnac feeds out wide to Grenville. Steps to the 50, check side, kick inside. Jason Allen cuts it off again. Lockie Henson cleans it up. Handball straight over to Grenville. Grenville on the right boot around the corner. Sprays it wide out on the full.
Yes, good play by Grenville, good play by the Allen brothers in there too, and Jace Allen just fantastic in there.
So Riddell 2-2-14, Broadford 1-1-7. Tim Walsh here for the Bombers. Edge of the goal square, spots up Jack Baker. Jack Baker here for Riddell.
Yes, coming out of defence well.
Here comes Walsh up towards Svark there of Broadford, and he marks strongly.
He's been impressive early.
He has. He's got big boots to fill in Philpott. Up towards half forward now. Jace Allen with the spoiler. Goes straight back into Broadford's attacking zone. Comes down to Jake Hall, and he's just missed. 1-2-8, 2-2-14.
Yes, I think Riddell have got to watch very closely coming out of defence, and some of the hearts away. Some of the taller Broadford players are lining up along the half-back line coming out. They've got to be very careful when they're coming out of defence.
Need to be kicking those though from there, I would have thought.
Yes.
You've got to make the most of the opportunities. Ball comes out to half-back. Popped over the top to Baker. He plays on immediately. Riddell looking to move the ball forward. Just a wide kick out towards the boundary line. It's going to roll out of bounds and we'll have a throw in.
And as Steve mentioned with Piccioni, who's wanting to improve on last week's performance, he's certainly on song today.
You know, he started very well today, isn't he?
Rucks will go up on the outer side. Spark and Braden Allen will contest. Braden wins it down there for the Bombers. Ball on the outer side there. Broadford with some numbers. Piccioni goes to ground.
Thank you.
Good work there from Stevie Boyle. Got a cheeky right foot kick out there, but it lands in the arms there of the Bombers, who'll put it up towards half forward now. Crofts the man in the gun. Ball comes down out to Reece Smith. Reece Smith here for Broadford. Turns the ball over now. Ball at half forward there for Riddell. Player taking the ground there in the side. Out now to Scott Welsh. He has Alkerman out of the corner of his eye. He decides to go deeper to James Nolan. Ben said was getting ready to rope the pack there. Kick out here for Broadford. Up to Valinskas. He overruns it. Henson stripped of it there for the Bombers. It traps back into him now. Alkerman, he stripped of it there from Hooper. Two Bomber players wrap up Hooper. We'll see a ball up. It's 2-2-14 Riddell. Broadford 1-2-8. And it's Broadford kicking to the scoreboard end left of your dial.
Yeah, just good pressure from Broadford and really good defence down there. James Owen looks set to take that mark and just a good spell right at the end.
Hooper wins the hit out down to Piccioni. He just snatches the ball away. Handballs out wide to Boyle up the ground towards Hickman. Hickman can't take the mark, creates, stops, does well, feeds it off to Romagnac. He kicks inside forward 50. It's a sloppy kick down to the pocket. Inside 50 though for Broadford, and it rolls out of bounds.
That sort of coincides with the turnovers you were saying, Gavin, the first term, where they turn it over from kicks just like that.
Yeah, they've just been a bit sloppy around the ground though. They've had 3 turnovers already in this quarter.
And had, about 10 in the first term. As rucks go up again, Hickman gets it down to a teammate who puts the ball to the top of the square. Players go up, and that's sent through for a rush behind. It's 5 points the margin with 4 minutes gone in this term.
A big test for 2 or 3 of the young Riddell players. Preliminary final, good test for them, good experience for them.
Well, especially up against the side like Broadford, who do put a lot of physical pressure on. They have a lot of big bodies, and it certainly will be interesting to see how it plays out as the match progresses. As the ball goes around centre wing, Riddell have got a bit of a run and hit towards half forward.
Out towards Mick Selberg and Brent Littlewood. The pair collide. Selberg bounced to his feet, put pressure on his Broadford opponent there on the outer side. Ruse with some numbers out towards Valinskas. It bypasses him. Henson there for the Bombers on the outer wing, taken down by Valinskas. Right foot kick there from Valinskas. Back up towards the corridor. Said for the Bombers of the map variety. Ben Barton gets in the way. Recovers well. Handball's over the top now to a teammate. In comes Bodie Holland. Handball back up towards the corridor. Pack forms, knocked out of there by that out of the Bombers. Sonigan tries to work his way out of it. Piccioni at the bottom of the pack. Broadford, ball 50 metres out from goal. Braden Allen kicks it out, and they're away now.
Out towards centre wing, spoil by Williams. Follows up his own work. Just drops the ball in front of himself. Handball to Valinskas. Valinskas swings the handball towards Barton. He can't pick it up. Riddell cleaner below the knees. Quick kick out of there by Matty Said towards centre up forward. Ben Said in a one-on-one. He's going to get the free kick for a hold. And he'll look to drive Riddell inside forward 50. Plays on quickly onto the left boot. Swings it out wide. Finds Paul Selberg. That left foot inside forward 50. Beautiful kick to Stankham. Just an absolute ball terror of a kick from Paul Salberg.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there, Gav. That was just a perfect setup. Right from the minute that it got into Ben Said's hands, he switched it out onto the flank, and then a beautiful kick coming in. The shot for goal from about 25 metres out, pretty much dead in front.
Moving into space, and terrific teamwork between the two of them. Fantastic, good peripheral vision.
I like how Ben Said went on his left foot as well as a traditional right footer.
It's just, as I said, it's Riddell a little bit cleaner with the football at the moment. Broadford just turning it over a bit too much, and they've got to start to look at that attacking kick through the middle of the ground. As Stankin comes in and puts it through.
That's a very handy goal for Riddell.
It definitely is, as the Bombers push out to the biggest margin of the day. That's 11 points. We're ticked on 6.5 in this term. It's the Bombers 3-2-20 to Broadford 139.
Brenton Stamcope got the bid, got the nod today for being selected in this game today, ahead of Matty Samet, who played a splendid game in the reserves for Riddell.
Depending on results today, that's certainly going to be an interesting one. Who comes up and who stays? Well, who comes into this team? But of course, a long way to go. 7 minutes gone in this term. Stamcombe becomes the third goal kicker for the Bombers. Ben Said and Brian Ruffle of the other two. And I wouldn't be surprised, Gav, if that's three marks inside the forward 50 there for Riddell.
Yeah, it certainly is, and no marks for Broadford, although they're going to get a free kick now to Romagnac. Goes against Tim Walsh. Brody Holland, beautiful work out of the centre of the ground then too.
This boy will probably sort of get it out with Riddell. They've taken 3 marks inside the forward 50. They kicks 3 straight goals in 28 minutes.
We've just got to hope for a bit of clean footy here. If Romagnac could get hold of this, put it through, it'll give Broadford a bit of a lift because the kick from Holland was probably about the best use of the ball we've seen from Broadford today.
Yeah, Romagnac, he's right on the 50 here. He's going to take a good kick. That won't be a goal.
Get there, it's fading out on the full.
So Riddell 3-2-20 and Broadford 1-3-9 in the early stages of the second quarter, about 7 minutes down.
You're on 100.7 Highlands FM. As Jason Allen, that's 50-metre penalty. Cam Dawson just jumped forward of the mark. Probably if you're better as a player, come back a few steps, come back a few feet, give yourself some room if you plan to try and put the opposition player off with kicking. And now,
of course, Jace Allen and Cam Dawson have had some ripping contests in finals.
Haven't they ever?
Ball pops over the top, finds Scott Walsh in the middle of the ground. This is where Riddell have been dangerous when they've been able to build up because they've been cleaner users of the footy. Scott Walsh goes down towards half forward to a contest. Good spoil there, but recovering first is Riddell. Ball just pops out the back. Michael Salberg puts tackle pressure on. Broadford try to force it out. Stevie Ball could have been held. The umpire says play on, and the players pile in, and we're going to have a bounce.
Nearly 9 minutes gone in this term. We're just repeating with A-grade netball. Macedon 53 defeating Rupo 44 after being in front all day. They'll take on Riddell in a rematch of last year's A-grade grand final.
Rucks go at it again. Ball hits the deck. Pachoni lays the tackle. Players diving in. Stevie Ball feeds back to Brody Holland. He can't pick it up. Again, another fumble. It's crucial for Broadford at the moment inside 50. Leading up at the ball is Coppinger. He handballs off. They play on quickly. Corey Hall? No. Umpire's called it back.
Can't play on forward at the moment.
I noticed Josh Pound put his hands up.
Not sure about that one. I think just play on to advantage there. I'm not sure why he's brought that one back.
I think he might have called time off in that instant there.
Is that? Thank you, Chris. Thanks for that explanation. Did you get that?
Umpire Chris Sheen there, but I'm with Gav. That was just a bad call.
Anyway, Broadford have moved the ball up to the wing. Looking to use the ball a bit better, but again, it's along the wing, out wide. They can't use the corridor at the moment. Riddell have got it blocked off as all the players overrun that one. Tim Walsh comes in, picks it up. Good pick up there, left foot kick down towards half forward. Holland sweeps across, just setting himself up behind the ball. We know how dangerous that can be. Holland takes a bounce, takes a second.
And no one contesting. No one coming up.
He kicks the ball, beautiful kick down to half
Better
forward.
kick that time. Brody Holland again with a nice kick.
Finds Jake Hall again. They're going to the pockets though. Grenville leads up. It's a push in the back. He's going to get a free kick.
Riddell 3-2-20, lead Broadford 1-3-9, nearly 10.5 gone, and a goal here from Greenville will bring the margin back to 5 points.
And probably help with his confidence. He hasn't seen a lot of the footy at this stage. We know how well, we had a very good last 4 or 5 rounds. I know he polled quite a few votes actually in the Bowen Medal in the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Do you just throw him in the middle at this time of the ground, just the game, just to get him into it?
Oh, it's probably still early. I mean, you're only looking at 2 goals the difference. You don't want to have to be making any massive moves anywhere there. Broadford's just got to clean it up and get it into more attacking positions, and they're going to be able to pick Riddell apart. Grenville lines it up, goes long at goal and misses.
Yeah, I like him as a forward too. I've seen him play a few times this year, and he's very dangerous down there. Maybe they just need to try and isolate him one-on-one. He's a very good player, and I think he might be someone who can give Broadford a bit of a lift here. As Gav said, by no means out of it. Low scoring game, only 2 goals down.
Yes, there have been 2 or 3 misses from that pocket. Maybe the forwards ought to just think about their footy a bit, give the options of a lead, get into a better angle for shooting for goal. You can't waste opportunities shooting on goal in tight matches and finals. Any game.
Riddell 3-2-20, Broadford 1-4-10, kick up towards Trewick. Here for the Bombers. That's of the Michael variety now. He plays on across centre half back. Looking to go to his teammate there. To backs his confidence, looking for Matt Said.
Jeez, I like this kid.
Yeah, there's a good mark. Strong mark, Gavin.
Ben Barton. What an addition to this team, and 50-metre penalty. Dan Selberg encroached on the mark. He's not happy with that one.
This is a young fella from the Calder Cannons, Gav, I believe.
Jeff, really impressed with him so far. He's obviously a slight kid. He doesn't have a lot of size, but I'll tell you what, he doesn't take a backward step.
And the Calder Cannons rolled in the finals. They're out. And the Oakley Chargers are making their run.
He's going to line up here from about 45 metres. He'll probably kick from just on 50 by the look of it.
He'll get this.
Big call there from the Andy.
Yeah.
Writing it down the Andy. He comes in on its way, pushes it across the face of goal.
Yes, they've wasted a few opportunities. And again, there are other options here. And I think the forwards of both sides ought to be thinking about giving leads and options.
Yeah, the positive thing for them is, as Steve said before, it's a low-scoring game, so they're not being heard at the other end with scores at the moment.
That's
so
right.
when they clean it up, they're going to be able to put real scoreboard pressure on.
And they're starting to win back just around the ground a little bit as well, Gav. So in the first quarter, Riddell probably dominated that. Broadford's starting to dominate a little bit around the ground, so hopefully they can get some reward for effort here in a moment.
Broadford 1-5-11, Riddell 3-2-20 with 13 gone here in this second term. Bombers mark on the outer side.
And Diggers Rest awaiting the winner of this game for the grand final Sunday week at Romsey Park.
There's plenty of them to our left as the ball goes up now towards half forward there. Strong contest there from Ross. Ball hits the deck now. Coppinger there for Broadford. He's dispossessed. Ball right half forward there for Riddell. We'll see a ball up. They are kicking to the Laurie Green Pavilion end. And you got Gav, you got Doug, you've got Steve, you've got Yendi here. Preliminary final action.
The man with the tonsils, Chris Sheen, giving the ball by ball
The
and then being helped by Gavin
Oh,
Spall.
that's some rubbish, Nick. Now, I don't know where that come from.
Out of the stoppage, goes inside forward 50, just a spoil there from Riddell, punches it over the boundary line. And they'll reset 45 metres out from goal.
And the sunshine, Lansfield Park, bathed in sunshine at the moment.
No, we're lucky enough to get a good day here at Lansfield Park, considering the weather over the last 24 hours as Nolan wins the ball down the ground there for the Bombers. Ball on the outer side now. Broadford clear across half back. 2-on-2 contests everywhere. Ben Sonigan sends the ball crashing out of bounds. Centre wing out of side. We're 14 minutes gone here in this term. It's 1-5-11 Broadford, the 3-2-20 Riddell. And we've only seen 1 goal, 4 kick for the term.
Yes, low scoring game.
And no real, other than the competitiveness of the game, yeah, Gav. That's all.
We saw the only goal of the quarter just come from clean ball movement, and that's not what we're seeing at the moment. So Henson bursts away from the stoppage, kicks up towards half forward. Players go back with the flight, can't take the mark as Corey Hall tries to set up. He just scrubbles the ball. Henson overruns it. Pound comes in, low and hard. Gets the handball out to Damien Barton. He feeds to Boyle as the run past. Boyle, long, inside forward 50. Romagnac comes up, probably doesn't go hard enough in the end. Romagnac recovers though, round the corner. Cam Dawson, more dangerous position ball here for Broadford. Josh Pound, that's why you've got to get it there. That's why you've got to put it there.
Yes, he's grasping his head, you could see. Well, missed it.
Well, he was just centre on his left side. It was perfect for him there. He was 25 metres out from goal, and he probably should have kicked that one. He'd probably have 10 of those and kicked 9 of them, I would have thought.
Well, he's kicked a lot of points in this final series, Josh Pound.
We could probably tally them too. We've got them all on file. They've kicked 5 points this quarter, Broadford, and Riddell is still out to score them. They lead this one by 8 points, Riddell. It's 12-20. Ball comes across, Coventry side out of bounds on the full. Free kick We go to Broadford as Greenville comes off the ground.
And what's happened in the last few minutes is Broadford stemmed the flow of the actual turnover, so they're getting to even contests, not turning the footy over, where Riddell started to really turn the footy over.
Well, this is what we saw in the first half last week as we have a boundary throw in front of the Broadford coaching staff. But it was a good close first half last week, and then we knew what happened in the second half.
I don't think we're going to see a repeat of what we saw last week somehow, though. I can see this being pretty tight most of the way through.
Ball comes down front centre. Pachoni at the stoppage. He's been good so far. Inside 50. Good spoil from Riddell. Barton stays in the contest. Tries to feed a handball over the top. Can't achieve it. Gets the ball back. Damien Barton now swings onto the right boot. Kicks up towards Hickman. Hickman can't mark. Sonigan gets the spoil. Sonigan will get a bit of rebound 50 action now as Riddell clear the ball.
Out towards Stamkin and Barton there on the outer side. It's a 2-on-1. Benshead goes to ground, puts a hand into the contest there. Stamkin taking the ground illegally, said the umpire. It's a 12-20, nearly 17 gone. Just 1 goal, 5 kicked for the term. As Ben said, he's kicked 1 goal already in this term. Ball up towards Ruffle! Couldn't quite bring the mark to ground now. Ball inside the forward 50. Handball out there from Scales there for Broadford. Out to Boyle and they're away.
Boyle
Broadford
goes up
had
towards centre
Ruffle
wing.
well and truly covered before that kick was taken.
Hickman overruns the football again. He just can't pick the football up below his knees. He's got a free kick for too high. And Hickman will take that. He's probably a little bit lucky there. He hasn't had a good start.
Well, we talked about it last week, didn't we? He really just needs to impact some contests. Even that one before where he was claiming a free kick, he's probably entitled to mark that footy.
That's right.
Big spoil there, Jace Allen. Panuccio on the ground, sweeps a handball out to Paul Salberg. We know how damaging he can be. Up towards Hayden Ross. Ross probably drops what he should have taken. Boyle cleans it up, gets the ball back, sets it into the middle of the ground. Reece Smith. Can Broadford mount an attack through the middle? Up towards Corey Hall. What a great mark by Henson. He's off. He's hit the ground running. 2 bounces down the wing of Lansfield Park. Inside 50, 1-on-1. Just a little nudge from Stankham. Out over the back. Handball up to Ross. Ross has been played advantage goal.
Oh, and that's a game breaker here on Highlands FM. Riddell kicked out to a game high margin, 14 points there, 4-2-26 to 1-6-12. We're nearly 18.5 gone here in this second term. And just when you think Broadford are mounting a comeback, they don't capitalise on their opportunities. Riddell go down the other end and kick a goal.
It was just another turnover through the middle of the ground, and it's good to see them try to take that game on, but we've just got to be smarter with those kicks.
Well, just a great contest here in front of us out on centre wing. I think it was Lachlan Henson there.
Yeah, it was great.
Just an excellent mark, and he backed himself to take the 2 bounces, and they've been able to run it in for an easy goal.
And Lockie Henson was really impressive last week too, Yendi.
The game's on,
he
fellas.
was probably in the best 3 on the ground.
Yeah, definitely right there. An impact player. As we'll see a ball up forward of centre. And we've had 6 goals, or 5 goals in the game today. 5 goal scorers have contributed across both sides.
Still against the run of play, that one too. Broadford have been dominating the general play for the last, probably for most of this quarter, really.
Good percentage goal for Riddell. That's right.
Salberg wins the kick inside 50 towards Ruffle. He can't take the mark. Riddell all over it on the ground. Snap around the body towards Noel, and he can't mark. Ball spoiled through for a behind.
Yeah, Gav, inside 50s in this term?
Yeah, 9-7 in favour of Broadford. Around the ground, it's pretty even with the stoppages.
Just look a little bit more dangerous when they go forward to me, Riddell.
Smaller players there, Steve, pace and their endeavour at the ball.
Well, we're still in now here, the Bombers. Ball at half, foot back for them. Players contest. Pack forms, we'll see a ball up. That was James Hibbins going in there for the contest there for Broadford. So we're nearly 20 minutes gone. Just ticked on 20 minutes now in this second term as Allen and Spark will contest. There's been only 3 goals kicked for the quarter. Ball goes up towards centre half back. A little bit of attacks at hard here for Broadford. Handball's back out now to Pound on half back. Left foot kick over the top now to Hibbins. Not too much time to go here in this term. Hickman feeling for the free kick there. Umpire blindsided. Cheeky right foot kick there from Sonigan. Good pick up him. Scott Walsh right here in front of us on the commentary side. Over the top now. Henson, he's got a couple of Broadford stars on him now. Ball up towards half forward. It'll make it rain. Ball bounces there at half forward there for Riddell. Victory Wick gets in there now to Mike Selberg. Right foot kick there to Stamkirm. He plays on now. Dan Selberg streaks into goal and he misses to the left.
Gee, great build-up, really good build-up, and they do look very dangerous going forward. There's no doubt about that. That one looked like it was going to go through, and it's just drifted late, just to the right.
A bit unlucky there from Mexico.
Oh, good kick out here. They're on him.
To
He's held it up.
Corey Hall.
Really impressed. Stankam's added a real difference to the Riddell forward line. He's just getting his hands on the ball, and nobody's giving him any respect at the moment. As a turnover again, as followed by a turnover to Riddell, although they were able to clean it up. Hayden Ross through the middle of the ground. Kickstart forward is Stankham again. Can't take the mark this time. Ball on the ground. Stevie Boyle just uses the pace. Gets there. Chips into the middle of the ground. Finds Williams.
Stephen Royal been a very busy player for Broadford.
He's had plenty of it. Williams up to Grenville. Grenville can't take the mark. Good spoil by Baker. Grenville follows up with the tackle, locks it in, and that's going to be a bounce.
That's going to be a high tackle, I think, guys.
Nah, bounce.
There's a bounce, but probably again just that kick. It's just a fraction too high. Grenville would have taken increased mark there. Just as Gav said earlier, he's got to tidy up their position a bit.
Paul Selberg streaks through the middle of the ground. Ruffle and Reed.
That's a beautiful kick.
The Ruffle's just got to go back and kick this. He winds up with the momentum of the kick. He's got his man down there in Nolan. Can't quite take the mark there on the edge of the square there for Riddell. The Laura Green Pavilion end. We'll see a pack form. And ball up.
A good defence by the Sudbury Kangaroos, by the Broadford defender, because Jimmy Nolan was so busy trying to get three of him and have his eye on the ball to take the mark. Good manning up, good to see.
Pachoni there for Broadford. Squeezes the kick out now towards half back. Henson keeps it in. There for the Bombers momentarily. We'll see a throw in. We're nearly 23 minutes gone here in this term, so
Won't see much more footy.
Nah, not at all.
These quarters have run.
Now we sent three goals.
Did we send Steve to fix them up and tell him make sure it goes past 25?
Yeah, I've sent them a memo, yeah.
Or there'll be a memo next week. Look out. Bandera throwing here. It's just been a 2-goal term. Paul Selberg, he's lifted in this term.
He's had a big quarter.
Left foot kick inside the forward 50. Ball comes out now. He attack there for Riddell. Good tackling there from the Broadford defence. Socking off the ground there from Nolan. He's got one. He's got one out of nowhere, the big fella. And that's
his first for the day.
That's going to hurt.
Yes.
23-minute mark of this term, 23 and a half. That is 22 points the margin.
Some of Riddle's smaller players around the stoppages are causing a problem.
Yeah, I just think that they just look a bit more dangerous when they go forward. They seem like they've got a little bit more system. They're using the ball a little bit better. Some really good kicks into Ruffle in this quarter. Obviously, that was a goal off the ground there by Nolan. But they just look a lot more dangerous when they go forward. General play, it's fairly even still, I think. 34 to 22.
Interesting stat, Gav. I can't keep up with you on this one, but Broadford 5 scoring shots for 5 points. Riddell 5 scoring shots for 3-2.
Ball in the middle, in dispute. Grenville over it, puts his head down. Probably could have got a high one. Umpire's going to bounce it.
Panuccio was in there, one of the smaller squad. The mosquito fleet of Riddell.
Paul Selberg's had a really
yes, he has. Yes.
And the thing is that every time he gets the football, it's an effective kick. Ball one down to Grenville. He just kicks into the man on the mark, and I think that's the siren. And half time. Here at Lansfield Park, we have 5-4-34 Riddell to Broadford 1-6-12.
Well, we got an extra 2 minutes out of that term, Gav.
So a little bit longer, 25-minute quarter. So that's one of the longer ones. As good, really good quarter for Riddell there. They did a good job in that quarter of footy.
So 2 short quarters, as we've been commenting. That one was 24 and a half minutes. So it's 20 minutes plus time on in the seniors. And if you're confused, well, yes, with the other grades, it's 25 minutes and no time on. So that's the explanation. So as we know in the senior footy, well, no, you have 80 minutes of football, playing time plus time on. And here it is at the Riddell District Footy Netball League as well. Well, Steve, any comments that you'd like to make before we go back to some messages? You've got...
just going to wait for the Broadford boys here. They're just getting in a bit of a huddle. I don't think we'll...
See if you can grab Benny Sonigan, who's just got off the end there of the Riddell pack.
All right.
Okay, Chris is...